Diana wakes up from a coma caused by a car accident. She suffers from memory lapses, migraines, and knee pain, but she's alive. Her husband Homer takes her to a private clinic that uses experimental rehabilitation methods. Although Diana does begin to improve physically, she starts experiencing disturbing visions, and it seems that both the staff and Homer are hiding something from her. While the film's premise and first act suggest a now familiar programmatic manifesto about men abusing, gaslighting, and stealing the wind from strong, independent women by suppressing them, Honey Bunch is far more complex than that. You could sense this from the fact that the film was written and directed by Dusty Mancinelli and Madeleine Sims-Fewer, a creative duo formed in the mid-2000s that eventually became more than just a professional partnership. After collaborating on several short films, Mancinelli and Sims-Fewer released their first feature, the psychological thriller Violation, establishing themselves as uncompromising and distinctive filmmakers drawn to complex, unconventional characters placed in equally complex and unconventional situations. Brutal and unforgettable, Violation wasn't about society at large, but about individuals and the darkness within them. That's what set it apart from the wave of supposedly auteur horror films assembled according to the handbook of the new moral orthodoxy. Honey Bunch is also a challenging film. It contains at least two major narrative turns that are best left unspoiled if you plan to watch it. The first is more plot-driven and somewhat predictable, but the second pushes the film into psychological territory, reminding us of the old observation that every story is ultimately about love. In the third act, the filmmakers maintain the genre framework, but shift the focus, inviting us to reflect on what love is, where it comes from, and how it manifests. Where is the line at which self-sacrifice turns into obsession? And does such a line even exist? Mancinelli and Sims-Fewer clearly have their own perspective, and they conclude the film on an unexpectedly heartfelt and tender note, something you don't often see in contemporary psychological horror. To broaden their exploration of love and attachment, the filmmakers introduce secondary characters, including another pair at the rehabilitation center. Jason Isaacs plays a father helping his daughter recover from a severe injury. Their storyline runs parallel to the main plot, and honestly, if it were removed entirely, you might not even notice its absence. But Isaacs is a brilliant actor who's always compelling to watch, and his character's arc adds a few powerful chords to the film's overall emotional composition. Set in the 1970s, the movie is meticulously stylized to evoke that era. The techniques Mancinelli and Sims-Fewer use to conjure associations with horror films of the time can sometimes feel a bit deliberate, but they help break up the slow-burn exposition and art house stretches with several genuinely eerie scenes that benefit from a distinctly 70s horror bluntness. There are no complaints about the cast either. The directors entrusted the lead roles to real-life couple Grace Glowicki and Ben Petrie. Together they create a deeply believable partnership, one that conveys not only the expected love between a couple, but an entire spectrum of other emotions as well, and which feels true to life. As Homer says in one scene, love is when you've seen every version of someone, yet you keep coming back.